I'm going to be requesting that the Senate Judiciary Committee subpoena additional documents from the Attorney General Gonzalez next week. We now know that the investigation is wider. The dismissal of the U.S. attorneys, 8 of them across the country, was clearly a political act inspired by Karl Rove in the White House, and we have to get to the bottom of it. The latest disclosure is that the Attorney General may have stopped an investigation on the propriety of the warrantless wiretaps that are going on across America. This has really reached a new level, a new crisis of confidence. The Attorney General cannot continue to serve in this capacity, having lost the confidence of members of Congress and the American public. The best that he can do for his reputation before the Department of Justice is to cooperate completely, come before our committee under oath and testify and produce the documents that we need to get to the bottom of this investigation.
Can you tell us more about the process? You subpoena the documents first, and then what happens next?
The Senate Judiciary Committee has to vote on each subpoena of documents, and it's a partisan vote, unfortunately. But these documents should be brought to the attention of the American people. We need to look through them carefully. And it means that members of the Department of Justice, even staff in the White House, will be brought before us under oath to testify in this situation. It's one of the most serious crises we've seen in the Department of Justice in many, many years. And we have to, for the integrity of the department, answer these hard questions. Well, a number of Republicans have argued that many of these witnesses will come before us voluntarily. I hope they do. I hope we don't need the subpoenas. But the bottom line is they have to answer the questions. When they are in this public office, they have a public trust. And they have to respect that by coming before our committee and answering the questions under oath, so that we can get the final answers, the complete answers to what actually occurred. The Attorney General has lost the confidence of the American people as well as members of Congress. I don't believe he can restore it. I think it's time for the President to acknowledge that fact and ask for his resignation. I sincerely hope that if he doesn't leave quickly, and before he leaves, that he'll at least come before our committee under oath and answer these questions. I'd like to say one other thing about this resolution we considered this week on the war in Iraq. We had a resolution this week before the United States Senate on the war in Iraq, calling for a new direction, beginning with the redeployment of our troops, bringing our soldiers home. It was defeated on largely a partisan vote. That's unfortunate, because what I find across Illinois is the people of both political and independents think it's time for the Iraqis to stand up and defend their own needs, not for American soldiers to come home. This isn't the end of the debate in Washington. We're going to continue over the next several weeks to press this issue. We want to make sure that it's fully debated, that the American people who spoke in the last election are heard, and we change this course and start bringing our soldiers home.
Fitzgerald just finished prosecuting a pretty big case, a living trial over in D.C. Do you think that he's at any risk of retribution here?
I can remember when the president was reelected, some people questioned whether Patrick Fitzgerald would continue the job. And I told them he would as long as I had anything to say about it. I was part of the decision-making that brought Patrick Fitzgerald to this U.S. Attorney's position. He's a very controversial man, and I believe he's a professional prosecutor. I think he calls them as he sees them, and I don't believe he has any political agenda. So if they try to in any way threaten him or endanger his ability to serve this country, they're going to fight.
On that same note, the local U.S. Attorney's office here is down 25 million right now. It's been going on for a while. Are you guys doing anything else?
Unfortunately, the president's budget has been cutting a lot of resources that we need, including prosecution and the Department of Justice. We're going to go after organized crime and drug dealers, public corruption. They have to have the professionals and resources to get the job done. Now, part of the problem, quite honestly, is the fact that we're waging a war that costs us $8 to $9 billion a month. So we've cut back on education, healthcare, medical research, a lot of the resources that we need. The sooner this war comes to a close, the sooner our budgets come out, the more money we have to take care of our problems right now.
Is there something specific that you can do right now to, I mean, the Democrats are...
Well, we're in control. The president is spending about $100 billion a year on the war. It's a war where we want to make sure that our soldiers have everything they need. It's a war that should come to an end. In the meantime, though, the best we can with this budget to provide the resources where they're going to help. My mother, my grandmother, was a Gaul cooking. I'm happy to have Irish blood in my veins and happy to out here celebrating with all the Irishmen and all of those who want to be Irish. Beautiful day in the city of Chicago. A little snow and wind when it slows down. Okay.
Thank you.